Hello, Dino Boy. Hello, Harumi. And hello, for the first time, Olive Juice with a yippee. I hope you're well. Why have I not? Oh, just a second. My button's not working. Oh, there we go. It's just delayed. How we diddling? We diddling good? That means are you doing good? I believe. God, I hope that's not something otherwise. I am overdue a shave. Good gracious. I've been super busy with work. Yay, so much overtime. Yay. So this week I'm doing Tuesday, Wednesday night shifts. Cool. Love my night shifts. Great. Finish work on Thursday 7 a.m. I then have an appointment to get my car scratch touched up at 8 a.m. 8:30 specifically. I then have to wait for the car to be finished. Once it's done, take it home. Then, hopefully, get a couple of hours kip before going to a team meal, before going home, getting another nap, and then going into nights properly. But the following week, I am doing 6 consecutive day shifts. Streams are as and when I have a day off at the moment. I've been looking forward to this. Thank you very much. I've been looking forward to the stream. It's been a interesting week or so, hasn't it really? I can't remember the last time I went live, but basically obviously we talked about, I think last time we talked about all the new Votan stuff for Warhammer. Very excited about that. Can't wait. Also, Paleo Pine's Kickstarter is getting on. We're so close to the end. 70 hours remaining. Only £9,000 off the next stretch goal, which means late pledges, so pledges after the campaign's ended, will most likely get us over the line. Of course, that sounds right fun. Warhammer, yeah! Hell yeah. I'm going to walk away from my desk for 35 seconds while I show you something. Let's hope so. I need a tracker, lol. I'd love a tracker on here, but I'll be right back. Right, I've returned. I've returned with interesting things. Is he going to show a model? Kind of. So, I am working on some riptides at the moment for my Tau. And I've managed to acquire a Yavara chest piece. I still have a legit rest of the riptide. However, that I bought while drunk on eBay. But I still have like 2 riptides to build. The Yavara chest piece that I'm working on at the moment, and I printed this and I'm very proud of it. The EVA-01 from Evangelion head, and if I put them together, I'll show you the concept. It's a work in progress. Obviously, I've got to get some kit bash stuff to fill in the neck hole. But I'm going to have this guy as my riptide. His arms... Oh, I'm going to have to show you the arms. I'm going to have to show you the arms. Just a moment. I've got a very specific plan for the arms. I've no idea on their scale, so he might look like the Slender Man with his arms. But let's just extend this image. Okay, where are we? Gameplay. It should show. Yeah, it does. These. Very much. I'm not with the blade in them. I'll take the blade out because Tau don't fight up close. Very well, at least. They do, just not out of choice. But this whole kit comes with these custom pieces, including this helmet, which I might make use of for the other Riptide. I don't know. But it's a custom Hercules Barbatos kit for the Lupus. So his arms are going to look like that. So arms would be these. Head is either full on anime. So many people have been picking out whenever I bring my kit. They're like, "That's inspired by Code Geass." Yep. That's inspired by this. Yep. And they're like, "That's inspired by this." And yep. They're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "It's the experimental side of it. I just like it. It's fun." But just mecha on mecha action. And now finally, that is gonna look sick. Yeah, I can't wait. Unit 1 OMG. Yeah, right. Yeah. Absolute cinema. I can't wait. I can't wait to build it. That problem with this Hercules kit, though, £123. The Riptide is substantially less than that. The Riptide box can set you back between 60 to a little bit more quid, right? Which means I've got a £200 model plan. And it's not even a town art. Yeah. But like when you've got something in your head, you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Effectively. Worth it, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. And if the arms are too big, guess what? I'll use him for the Storm Surge. I'll live. I hope they're not. But based on the sort of model scale, they should be fine. I might have to cut off at the shoulder and then attach it, the elbow, sorry, and attach it as the shoulder joint rather than using it as a shoulder joint. Elbow joint. Smart? I think so. Basically, oh no! Oh no! I've been putting off ordering it for a while because I've been like, you know what? I'll wait until I like a big payday and so on and so forth. It's now out of stock. However, it was out of stock when I checked in February and it came back in March and it stayed for 4 months. So my only hope is it does have a notify while we're back in stock. Oh, thank God. Whew. Oh, I misspelled my email address. Oops. Hold up. I need to say notify when back in stock. CoreyWhiteLove.com. Beautiful. So that kind of sucked. Anyway, you're back. Ads, no. Sorry. By the way, apologies. I've missed a bit of chat, so I've been in my special place of talking nerdy stuff. But yeah, it's out of stock for now. It comes and goes out of stock based on the past, and the fact that it says notify when available, fine. I will wait until it comes back in stock anyway, but I will have to go with a Riptide that's not fully built until then, which kind of sucks because I've got all this ready, and I'm like, but I've got loads of other stuff to build and paint, namely. So this isn't Warhammer, but this is a decoration going in my living room. Focus. So I've been painting this on and off for the last couple of weeks. I printed it myself. It's got, you can see the paint. So if you look here, wait, a little bit further. It's a sort of ruby red skin with a darker red for the shadows, followed up with orange up to yellow highlights. And then a very, very slight dot highlight of ice yellow. And then if you look at the front, it's a petroleum grey base to give it that black illusion without actually putting black into it, apart from the deep recesses. Obviously black shadows, highlights all the way up to ice yellow. But also the underscale, which I should have done first if I used my common sense, is the same as up here. Is an enchanted steel colour, dry brushed, of course, with a light aluminium or aluminum, depending on your other states. And obviously I've still got to do a lot more of the metal all the way up the neck. And then I've got to dry brush the highlight. Then I've got to do the eyes. I'm going to do a glowing effect. And then, do I want to do a glowing green eyes? I think I do. And then it's done. But very nearly done. So I've actually put metallics on it this time. It doesn't just have that weird inked brown colour. Right, now I'm going to talk about chat. Cannot wait to see it. That's going to look sick. Goodness worth it. I've been kit bashing, or thinking of kit bashing my Cerastus Knight to my beloved Unit 02. Do it. Knights are like one of my favourite concepts for kit bash. Chaos Knights especially. Like, I've seen people using fetid blight things in the Mephetic bloat drone, or whatever it's called, as like the Chaos Knights. Such a cool concept. And the Imperial Knights, you've got so much freedom that you can make it look a bit more like its heraldry plays to a specific war, Space Marine Legion. I love that. Dragon, masterful paintwork. We love dry brushing. Brackets, Necron main. Yeah, I feel that. I painted a friend's Necron once, and it's great painting a model black and then just dry brushing metal over it. I have to say, you Necrons have it figured out. Unfortunately, with Tau, we have panel lining, we have panel lines, we have edge highlight. It's a nightmare, and I hate. But you Necrons definitely got it figured out. What's your luck strikes again? I found a Moonglow Protocerasop dupe, unfortunately, but awesome nonetheless. Take my luck. I'm not using it, clearly, so... Ah, outstanding. But yeah, no, after stream today, I've got a couple of things I need to do chores-wise. I've got to build a piece of furniture. But I'm going to put the TV on while I do that, so I'm going to enjoy myself. I need to sort YouTube videos out. I need to get some stuff from the shop. And yeah, stream will be a couple hours. I'm actually aiming for 2 hours this time. We've done a couple of 90 minutes and an hour stream recently because I've been tired. Not tired at the moment. Have had food. My feet don't hurt. Let's aim for 2. Obviously, the only reason I'm aiming for 2 and not more is because I have stuff to do. Right, we are on a new day. 3 crops need weeding, but it is raining, meaning we don't need to harvest them. Sorry, water them. Thank God. Manifesting ultra rares for you. Thank you. Any manifestation I will take. I desperately need it. I've tried painting some stealth suits in the box scheme. It's painful, to say the least. You will get no disagreements from me. My color scheme is... It's evolved over the time. I started out with white and purple. Didn't like it. Then I started out with metallic purple. Didn't like it. Metallic red. Better than metallic purple. Very far sight. I thought, that's great. It complements the purple. We can have 2 different colors, you know, part of the same unit. And then I just changed it to the same color scheme I have for my Votan, which is black and gold. Well, black and silver, gold details, etc. So, and I've been enjoying that because it's a lot easier of a color to paint. But like my paint work has improved massively in the last few months alone. So I'm like, ooh, should I go back and paint my original models as well? And I'm like, stop it. It's going to be a never-ending cycle. So I'm not doing that. It's funny though, like you can tell when I started with this scheme and when I evolved this scheme, and that makes me so happy. Like, if I was tempted to go back and do any of them again, it would be Farsight just to touch him up a bit and bring him in line, but he's still not exactly awful, so I won't cry over spilt milk that's not fully spilt. But yeah, I've just been enjoying painting, and I've got so many plans to paint so much more, not just Warhammer, but other stuff as well. And yeah, I'm just currently sorting out the house, and once the house is sorted, living room and redecoration, etc., I'm pretty much got the world to my oyster. Like, I've completed a couple of games recently, just getting platinums for them. Monster Hunter Stories then. What did I do after Stories? I can't remember. But I then went to Teardown after whatever it was. And I've got the platinum in Teardown, and that was good fun. Just blowing things up in, like, Minecraft voxel way. 10 out of 10. Adult Lego. It's exactly that. It's adult Lego. Warhammer is adult Lego. I haven't painted in ages, but the blasting I did was with my fake Blight Hauler and the Pallid Hand scheme. It's therapeutic in a way. Yeah. I do love Death Guard. So, I currently run Tau, Votan, and Custodes. Custodes were my pick for the Imperium. I'm not a massive fan of the Imperium in general, but of the armies I could pick, I picked them. I am still desperately missing a Chaos unit, and Chaos Army. Spikes, right? Easy, great, love it. But I was like, oh, do I get the new Death Guard when they drop? That looks really cool, because the sword that the Lord of... is it Lord of Virulence or Lord of Pox? It's Lord of Virulence, isn't it? Looks dope. I was like, that looks dope. It's very Claymore Berserk-esque. I love it. But I also liked the Emperor's Children as well. I like those. Thousand Sun are great. The only one I'm definitely not going to go for is World Eaters. I think they're an awesome model range. I think they've got awesome lore. I think they're probably great to play, but it's not my play style. Thousand Sun seems like I need an algebraic equation, which I love. Emperor's Children, they're up there. They were one of my favorite new armies to come out, apart from Votan, of course. And I was just like, I don't know what. And then I went, hang on a minute, you haven't even finished any of your armies. Let's not think about a fourth army, dingus. So I went, all right, let's work on my armies. And in the meantime, Dark Mechanicum could end up releasing. And that would be my Chaos army. If not, it would be Chaos Knights, I think. Because I love Chaos Knights. But Dark Mechanicum ended up releasing. And I was like, ooh. 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 I've never painted myself, but my dad did that while I grew up. He didn't do Warhammer 40k, though, just Warhammer. Oh, so the old world sort of fantasy style. That's very cool. They have some really good models. Like in Age of Sigmar and Old World, there are some fantastic models. Oh my god. The Idenef Sea Turtle thingy, amazing. The Cathay range as a whole, what the hell? Insane, right? Seraphon, lizards riding dinosaurs. What more do you want? So I've got a lot of time for that. I don't think I'll be good at it. Hey, Harumi. Exactly like Olive Juice said. You never know till you try. I'm incredibly dyspraxic. So that's not dyslexic. Dyspraxic is hand-eye coordination, balance, depth perception. My handwriting, despite attending handwriting specific lessons for an hour a day for 7 years straight in school, has not improved past a toddler. I have the handwriting of a child that might have hit its head. Like, it's hieroglyphics, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm incredibly dyspraxic, and yet I can paint. I'm not gonna say I'm a great painter, I'm absolutely not, but I'm not a bad one. And all it took was practice, and it sounds so cliche and cringe, but it's true. Like, I got inspired to go back into Warhammer when I saw James's videos on Warhammer. Oh, Trike just subscribed. Long time no see. Hello, Trike. It's good to see you. Long time no see indeed. You're still... I believe your name is still on the Minecraft dinosaur world with the bridge. But yeah, no, like, James got me back into Warhammer. And also, how are you doing, Trike? I hope you're well. It's been a long time since we spoke last. So I do hope that you are doing rather well. Now back to my ADHD tangent. And I've put it on the Discord before, but my first model versus my current model, right? Let's just do it. Let's do it. Watch. Hold up. I think it was Showcase. I can't remember. No, I sent it to Beeves. Give me a second. I sent him my first versus my most recent, right? This was my first model painted ever. I used to collect Warhammer. I only ever base coated them because I was terrified of painting. Prepare for a war crime against art. Look at that. Absolutely horrific. Very splodgy. I say horrific. If you paint like that, you're doing your best. Fair enough. I was not doing my best. Turns out you have to thin your paints. Who knew? So, that to literally 14 months later, that. Those images, or these works, are 14 months apart. That's crazy. Like, that's a year and 2 months. Do you know what happens when a baby grows up by 14 months? They still crap themselves, right? I have technically achieved more than a baby does. I'm joking, don't worry. I'm good, how are you? Yeah, I'm all good here, mate. Oh, Trike, I'm trying to think the last time I did speak to you. It might have been a while, so let me get you up to date on everything that's gone on with Corey's life. I'm single. I live in my house that I bought off my ex now, so it's mine. I've painted my living room, I'm decorating, I'm painting war dollies, I'm having fun and chilling. That's pretty much it. Had a medical scare that I haven't told anyone yet, and I'm not gonna. But it was just a scare, so that's all we need to know about that. I'm dying in the summer. I wish it was winter again. You know, standard V stuff. Beaver's first Warhammer video came out the same day I got the Indomitus box a few years back. It was great to hear him talking about the world building, exactly what we were talking about. Yes. Two thin coats. Yes, Olive, you know the drill. I had not prescribed to that theory for a while. What do you mean it's got to take forever? No, just be patient. I have some incredible Vespid that I've spent so much time on. I'm super proud of them. They're painted in EVO 01's color scheme as well. I've been here since 2020. Wow, that's awesome. Surprised me that BU Painted 2, he was the first YouTuber knew that I did such a thing as well. I felt like such a niche thing to know about. To be fair, he was. Because like a year and a half later, Jacksepticeye started posting his stuff, and he's awesome at it, just like Beeves. And then about another year and a half later, it was Moist Critical, and now it's widely significantly more accepted. Do you know there's a rule, okay? And I'll explain this to you all now because I've been around the block for a little while. I've been a nerd for nearly 25 years because I'm 30, and obviously you're not really a nerd when you're a child. Right? If you used to play Dungeons and Dragons, you were bullied religiously for being a nerd. If you played Warhammer, you were bullied religiously for being a nerd. Now it's cool. And people are like, oh no, we got a gate. No, we don't have to gatekeep. I'm happy more people are playing. I get to sit and play Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of idiots whenever I want. I get to sit and play Dungeons and Dragons with my family. Same thing. I get to sit and play Warhammer and watch as my opponent puts out an incredibly painted army that decided to charge all of my Tau turn 1, and I'm getting ready to pack up, but I get to see these awesome models. I love it. I love it. I think more people playing these games and painting and doing stuff is awesome. I get to see more cool models, and if I see more cool models, I'm happy. You know, lockdown was peak Warhammering. That it was. I got into it after lockdown, unfortunately, but I wish I had, because that would have been a perfect therapeuticization. Right, let's get back to the game. Something. I thought it crashed for a second. Almost pooped my pants. But yeah, no, oh god, we had a D&D session earlier and we went up against a Banshee and nearly TPK'd like 3 times. Olive, you're going to appreciate this story because it's one of my favorite D&D stories. Hold up a second. Let me tell you of my favorite character and his death. Jericho Otterburn. Jericho Otterburn is a fallen Asimar paladin over the crown. He was notoriously known as the guy that always thought of Plan B before Plan A. And despite Plan B being quite sound, no one ever wanted to do Plan B. For example, when I said we should scare guards because we had the head of a frost giant, I would put my character, who's nearly 7 foot tall, a dwarf on top of him, holding the head in a very large trench coat. Come on now, Chief. That sounds like a great idea. It looks like a frost giant. That would scare the guards away. No, that's not. That's too Plan B for us. All right, okay. Very well. If that's the case, so be it. My Plan B in this situation, I had to save one of my friends because an avalanche had taken place because someone decided to use a cantrip that caused noise on a very snowy mountainside. Now, this cantrip was the most deadly cantrip that has ever been cast. For you see, it was just a simple tremor cantrip. I can't remember what it was. That killed 2 frost giants. And me. Now, it didn't technically kill me. I killed me by being a dingus. I decided to save my friend, or in this case it was my IRL brother, who was playing an Arakora, a flying race, who couldn't fly because he kept flying into things. After saving him, I decided the expertly intelligent idea of surfing an 80-foot avalanche with my shield. I failed the roll. I won. I was engulfed in snow, but no, it was not the fall that killed the beast, it was the beauty. You see, what happened next was my glorious teammates trying to dig me out of the avalanche. Now, I don't know about you. If you're trying to dig up an avalanche, you might look for a shovel, a pickaxe, maybe even your hands because you're so emotional. No, they decided to try and uncover my death-saving body by using Eldritch Blast, which is a very large concussive laser. They managed to dig me out after putting a hole in me with the Eldritch Blast. I requiesce in parchade. I did get to come back after a game at the casino with the devil. That was great. But it was funny. I was just wetting myself because they took an hour and a half. I'm not a shit, you know. It was an hour and a half to decide on how to dig me out. I pretended to fall asleep so that oh, I'm underground. I actually fell asleep. They woke me up to tell me they killed me, and it was an hour and a half later. I love D&D. It's so fun. I think trying to organize D&D between the community would be fun, but it's always been one of those like hard to organize, especially with external hours, which is why if I was setting up a campaign, I'd set up a campaign that could like incorporate multiple guilds, multiple people as part of a guild, maybe like a giant guild like of 30-40 people, and you can just contribute as and when you all level up at the same time, and it could just be a good bunch of a bit of laugh. Oh no, that sounds awful. I was talking about D&D lol. Eldritch Blast. Yeah. I did not really get any sleep last. I didn't. Not really. Did it all night and did not sleep. Never drinking beer again. Had 3 last night. Think crap to Jesus that had a bucket with me. I can handle my liquor. I hate beer though. I hate beer, ale, and lager. It just tastes meh. Like, why would I willingly subject myself to a very bitter taste? I'd rather have a cocktail. Sugar. But yeah, didn't have enough to get a hangover at all. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, 3 beers wouldn't do that to you. Like getting hungover from beer usually takes like 10 to 12, and I've never had a hangover, so call that a personal achievement. I mean, I did go teetotal for 7 years of my life, but I've never had a hangover. Isn't that crazy? Well, that's a lie. It depends on what you call a hangover, right? Because, like, I get the gut rot, and I get the tiredness. I just don't get the headaches or the sick. I'm only sick at the time if I'm drinking too much, not the day after. I just, yeah. It doesn't faze me the next day. I'm just, like, fine as a dandelion. And everyone's like, what the fuck? You drank so much. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. What do you mean you're fine? Just, it is what it is. I've never drank alcohol, and I don't think I want to any soon. You know what? Fair play. It's a depressant. It's effectively a narcotic. It is a drug. It's a legal one, but it is a drug. And you don't want to consume it. Fair play. I respect it. I mean, I'm going to be on Thursday, but that's just me. Wasn't that bad. Best way I can describe a taste of water with black pepper and maybe some other spices. You sure you didn't just drink KFC gravy? No, beer to me is just vile. Like, nah. Cider I can enjoy. And this is UK cider, not American cider, which is just apple juice or fizzy apple juice in some cases. I'm talking hard cider. Alcoholic cider. Cider I enjoy. Especially fruity cider. And I know cider is technically fruity because it's an apple. But I mean, like, mixed fruits. Oh, like, it just tastes like orange juice, or not orange juice, apple juice and squash. And you're like, ooh. I'm happily consuming this. You know, it tastes sweet. I love it. But yeah. Now, let's quickly move the subject onto one more thing. Paleo Pine's Kickstarter. They have nailed it. They've done it amazing. 146,000 the last time I checked. Let's have a look. I think it was around that mark. Hold the line, caller. Yep, 146,000, 70 hours remaining. Already massively over the goal that was set. However, only £9,000 away from the next stretch goal. I don't think we could. We may not. hit by the time the Kickstarter is over. However, we have got late pledges, which means you can pledge later on, get loads of different rewards, and we're all golden. I mean, the actual update is due for autumn, fall, for the Spino, and then winter for the optimization and additional updates, such as the first stretch goal and the second stretch goal. So we've got all the way till winter. I think it's possible. Reminds me of the first character Bernard, blesses you, perhaps an ultra rare soon. Oh, I hope so. Okay, I need to make sure I don't go to sleep because it's trick or treat. Reminds me of the first character I made, Rizzard the Lizard Wizard. I don't know why, I just felt an immense sense of pride that other people do names like that and just have fun with it. I love it. He was a lizard folk wizard who studied necromancy, who escaped from his teacher, who was planning to take over his body to cheat death. First interaction with the party was to a thunderclap to the face and failed 2 death saving throws. How he eventually died was he was fighting some bandits in the water and he got enchanted and immobilized by the wild magic wizard we had. Oh, Olive, that's fantastic. I'm just kidding, I may be done, so I'm not an average American. I live in Nebraska. There are those everywhere. There. Now, lizard folk can hold their breath for 30 minutes, but they can't if they're unconscious, so my guy drowned. I even kit bashed little Seraphon's skin and painted him up all nice too. Oh, I'm sorry. Vicente. Hello, Vicente. I hope you are well. Oh, we were just talking models and nerdy things, which is right up Vicente's alley. I don't think I've managed to tempt Vicente with Warhammer yet. However, Vicente does do their absolute best to make me jealous of every figure arts they've seemed to have acquired. Getting them in the UK, I have to pay an extortionate amount of money to import them or go onto websites I don't trust. So I'm like, oh. It's a split evil. So yes, my envy for Vicente's collection grows every time I see a post by Vicente. Right, we're just killing time until it's trick or treat time, at which point I'll have to focus because, yeah, trick or treat. But until that time, I've got time. Wow, I just said time 83 times in 3 seconds. Crazy. Yes, there is a trailer out. I watched it yesterday when I watched Fantastic Four. The trailer came on. I literally turned to my brother because I was with my brothers and one of my brother's girlfriends. I went, "Where's Ang?" Someone at front laughed and was like, I was like, I got someone to laugh. But yeah, no, I haven't watched Avatar 2 yet. That's a long commitment. I will at some point. I don't know what's going on with my vape coil. I'm getting a taste of burnt cotton. I can't see any of the cotton being burnt. It's wild. But then, every other hit, one hit it's fine, another hit it's not. It's annoying. Yeah, that's one thing that Avatar absolutely does an incredible job with. As you said, the ecosystem, the animals, they look fantastic. Outside the real realm of possibility on our planet, yes. But life works in mysterious ways. Life finds a way. On other planets, where gravity will be different, where the composition of air will be different, it's really possible. Also, I didn't speak for about 5 seconds there because I was trying to distinguish what the beeping was that I could hear over my AC and realised my washing machine has just finished and it was singing its little song. Did it sing it again or did it just finish? My god, I forget that song goes on for a while unless you turn it off because I'm usually there to turn it off and turn it on to the next thing. But yeah, I'm crazy. Smith's toy shop sell Jazzwares Total Ammo line because they were doing a Dabby figure. Ooh, I hadn't thought of checking with Smith's. I trust Smith. So that's cool. Right, we're about to hit midday. Let's go Uber super speed. I should probably come off of relaxed. However, there's no need. Let's just go to super speed and wait. And chat. Oh. Look at the Galamine. Oh, you can't see it. My face is in the way. Hold up. I love just super speed in this game. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Did I load up DCSB? In case we do when we get our ultra rares. Did I load it up? I did! I actually loaded up. Oh my god, for the first time ever. Oh, that's impressive for me. I'm kind of proud of that. What's the galley's name? This is Nimboz. Oh, may have gone on super speed and walked towards him. So Nimboz is named because it's the Boz color scheme, which is an ultra rare. But for the cat that I used to have in the house, my ex's cat, I loved him like a baby, called Nimbus. So Nimboz. That's the origin of the name. I'm gonna grab some food real quick. Brackets spaghetti bolognese. Oh, you can't beat a good spag bol, especially with a bit of spag bol with some parmesan on top. Oof. Oh, it absolutely slaps. I love immortalizing pets in games. So do I. Yeah, I think what have I got for dinner? I know, pizza. I'm off my cut. So my cut ended the day of my dad's wedding, basically, so I could eat whatever I want, and have been. Still haven't put the weight back on just yet, which is kind of crazy. Although I've still got a little bit more to lose. So I'm currently in what I call in my polyphasic workout an intermission, which is do whatever the hell you want. You don't even have to work out, just eat what you want. And after 2 weeks, you have to decide, do I continue the cut? Or do I go back to a bulk, dirty bulk, or do I skip the phase? I'm not skipping the phase because I did that last time, and that allowed me to get a little bit rounder and rotund. This time I might bulk, or I might cut for a little bit longer, get the weight back down to preferably 70 kilos, because I got up to 100, which is the heaviest I've ever been. Even when I did like full on bulk and I had like God knows how big biceps, I was like, muscle weighs more than fat, and I was only 85 kilos then. So, oh, too much cake in that bakery. Or in my belly, more than likely. So I'm definitely probably thinking another cut. We'll see. Maybe we'll go bulk. Maybe. But I'd much rather to go for a cut. Make it a month-long cut. Keep the same stats, however, increase cardio. Just to see if we can drop down to 70. Or at least 80. That's a more realistic goal, because I got down to 87. And I'm sort of hovering around that at the moment. Imagine we say the Lord's name wrong and a giant hand comes from the sky. The name's Jod. Isn't that how you actually pronounce it, though? Or am I thinking of the Jehovah's? Do they call him... I'm thinking Jod might be the correct pronunciation. Don't hold me to that, but it might be the Jehovah's way of saying it. I have a feeling it's like Jod. I don't know. Something in the back of my brain has been tickled by that thought. Yeah, maybe. But, you know, it could be the case. Although they call him Jehovah, don't they? Jehovah's Witness. Sometimes I come across really smart. I must really stress I'm not. I'm an idiot I'm two idiots in a trench coat. That's all I am. I know big words and I use them to photosynthesize my point, but like negative room temperature IQ, and that's being generous to myself. Oh damn, I've already used my prime sub, so next month I'll use it here for real. Much appreciated. I'm not fussed about subs. I like seeing people that are subbed for one reason and one reason only. They get to Kiwis. They get the Kiwis. So depending on your length of service, you get a different Kiwi type. You start out as a Kiwi egg, which, in case you don't know, are freaking huge against the size of a Kiwi. Then a Kiwi hatchling, and then a Kiwi baby, normal Kiwi, Kiwi with biceps, Kiwi that's on fire like a phoenix, and then a bronze, silver, gold Kiwi. It's 50-50 Smith figure might carry the total amount of figures. They are 19 in the US. I don't know how much up in the UK. That's about... Okay. If we're using actual money translations, that will be about 13 quid, right? It won't be that much. It will be 19 quid, or 20 quid, or 25 quid. It doesn't translate whenever there's something in the States. We always get up priced on it. Always. It's annoying as hell. It happens a lot with video game consoles. Oh man, that new video game console is $400. That must mean it's like £300 for you. Nope, try £400. That's like $500. Yeah. Do you... Oh, but, you know, VAT, it's obviously for VAT's purpose. Yeah, that's the case. However, with VAT, it's usually a little bit more as well. And they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah. But I think on average, the UK are paid more, but we're still not exactly affluent general public. So, you know. All right, it's evening time yet. Oh, we're right there. Okay, okay. Let's get right ready. Let's get ready, lad. Oh, I need to drop some crap. There we go. I don't need this. Nature can have my rubbish. There we go. Enjoy it, nature. I know you will. We're ready. Evening! Let's get trick or treat done. Please, for the first time ever, make Marlowe or Pippin the trickster. That would make me... Oh, don't use super speed. Just immensely happy. Right. Let's go find ourselves a trickster. Remember, the easiest way to find a trickster, well, the only way to find a trickster, actually, is by their lamps being off. So, let's have a goosey gander, because I've gone this the wrong way completely. Are either of your lights off? No! Neither of you are the trickster, and you want to go for the trickster first, because if you don't get the money. So that's a shame. Did I ever go for Mary? I don't think I've been going for Mary for the last few times. Or I have, and I just forgot. Well, I've gone up here to check, and she is not the trickster. So we want to go back now. Now, you can absolutely reload the game and go to the beginning of the day, and it should be the same trickster. So you don't have to worry about going back and forth and missing out. I will say it's always worth it if you come in here and there isn't a trickster, which there is not currently. Speak and get the treat from this lady, because she will disappear by the time you actually find the trickster, whereas Coraline won't. Fun fact. So, I think my accent just went through 3 different changes there. I have no idea what happened. Let's go check up on Owen. If the first 3 people that you check, Mary, Pippin, and Marlowe, are not the tricksters, then you're best just going and getting it from her immediately. I think I went to the wrong place. I did. Damn it. Get it from her immediately. If they are the tricksters, then you're going to get 3 from her rather than 2. Also, I'm at a disadvantage because I haven't got a Rani living with Freya yet. Spoiler alert for the story, but this game's been out for a year and a half. And that does happen with the quest line. I haven't got it, though. So now we're going to go around and look for the trickster before we talk to any of them. And we've got to be quick because these merchants will start to disappear before our very eyes. You're not the trickster. You're not the trickster. Wait, seriously? Who the hell's the trickster? Also, Nimboz is stuck. Don't tell me it's Freya, the last person I check. You are the trickster. Yep. I now need to go back here and hope the merchants haven't despawned, which may have happened. Oh no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, quick. Aim for the merchants first, because they despawn. Always the way. Also, it's raining and Narlock is out. That's crazy. Okay. There's one more merchant we need to go to before we start going to people. I did not want to speak to you again. Sorry. It's nothing against you. I just need to go to this person quickly before she disappears. Nailed it. First try. Cool. Now we just collect from our friends. Thank you. And thank you. I think you've got out of my bad books, though, Avery, with your absolutely awful quest line. That's bugged. inflation hits. I'm so grateful for your video because I saw it before I did my first trick or treat. It helped massively. Thank you very much. I'm glad that helped. I've got a lot of practice with it now, funnily enough, but I love it because it's free ultra rares. I mean, what more isn't there to love? It's starting to get dark, which means I may have like pushed this a little bit too much in terms of taking my sweet time, but I should still be able to get hopefully everyone. The one that's at risk right now is Corlin, but I think we should be fine. If we don't, we don't. I'll survive. I think I've got enough still for 4 ultra rares. I will survive. Hey, we did. But look, she's gone, so that's why we grabbed her earlier. So there is that. I can't believe, though, the last person we checked was Freya. And who was the trickster? Freya, of course. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sod's Law. Go to Mary. So I didn't forget that. Yeah, trick the trickster. Thank you. And we got to go get the last 2. So I should have 35. Yes. So I should go up to 41, I believe. Is the final score. I could get 42 if I had found the trickster and before speaking to that original merchant, and I could get 45 if I had a Rani. So that is the right figures, I believe. Thank you, and then you. Right. 41. We did it. Easy. 45 is the max, yeah. So we were only 4 off the max, and 1 was because of the trickster RNG, and 3 is because of not completing the quest line with Freya and Arani. So I might try to do that for next year, because I've obviously got, I'm recording this as well as not just streaming now. I'm actually recording this series again because of the Kickstarter and me looking forward to the updates and the drop. So, yes. Let's quickly drop every single one of these in there. For no good reason, because I'm going to need them back out shortly, and I've forgotten where they go. They're not in here. Where does Trick or Treat go? I just dumped them all in here somewhere. Does anyone feel like they're going crazy? Oh, it's crazy. Well, I found it. I can give that 5. That's not going to give us anything, but that 40. Look, we're at. And in 5 years, if I keep up the current pace, we'll have another one for free. But we can now go to sleep. Hey. I love the art style of Paleo Pines. It's like chibi and adorable and gives plushy. Yes. I love the art style of the dinosaurs, the general world. The only art style I do not enjoy in Paleo Pines is the humans. It gives me major Uncanny Valley vibes. But I think that's like artistic interpretation. My interpretation of it is it gives me the heebie-jeebies, just like the Desmond Tsukas does. But everyone else enjoys it, and that's valid. But it does give me, you know, a bit Coraline claymation vibe-ish. And I hate claymation. I say hate. Hate's a strong word. I do hate it. But not hate because I think it's bad. I hate because it gives me the heebies. There's a difference. Also, we're in Triasia. Fantastic. I didn't weed my plants yesterday, which means some of them are going to have stunted growth. I'll survive. I'm alright with that. Triasia means no checks up here apart from the Desmotasuchus. More rain likely, so crops are great this time of the year. And of course, Oviraptors up here, less Trudon checks, etc. So there is that. Right, let's go into our checks. Finish checking the crops. I think I need to water them as well, actually. Why though? It's getting warm in here, by the way. Woof. I've got the AC on in the bedroom, and I have kept the door open, just sort of like let some air in here, but it can only do so much with a PC that's on. I did some math. 1 USD in medieval shillings is 1,855 shillings. For reference, back then a decent cottage cost 40 shillings. That's a wild sentence to read. It's a fun one, but a wild sentence to read. Kind of getting started with Valley Bit dinosaurs and stuff. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely it's got the ranching side of it. I'd say it's more story of seasons, kind of. Maybe. I'm not too sure. It's just itself, really, and it's great for it. I love it. I've got to play it myself. Yes, you do. Try not to get addicted to hunting shinies like I do, because you end up with 327 of them. Oh, dearing me. And you end up just hunting them consistently, just chatting. Yes, get addicted. Oh, so ultra rare patterns and color schemes. So every dinosaur has common, uncommon, rare, and ultra rare color schemes. So that includes shared ultra rares, for example, albinistic and melanistic dinosaurs that you find albinistic and melanistic of any of the dinosaurs or creatures in this game. But also, like loads of different color schemes. For example, the Boz on the Gallimimus is an ultra rare. I call them shinies because Pokemon shinies, basically. I'm so getting addicted. Oh, I see. When you said shiny dinosaurs, you're like, wait, there's shinies in this game? I get what you... Yeah, okay. Yeah, you are going to... Unfortunately, if you have the jingle jangle keys, like getting shiny addicted, like I do, you're in for a long but fun time. And I have no realms of basis for this, genuinely. But I believe... And I haven't seen the figures. I don't know if it's true. It could just be a urban myth, wives' tale, you name it. I believe your ultra rare luck increases once you complete the campaign. Or the story, I should say, not a campaign. For the sole reason, mine did. Massively. Although I am going through a drought, just be aware that whenever updates drop, your seed seems to change. So you might get like really good luck or really bad luck. And 9 out of the 10 updates, I've had incredible luck. The most recent update before they stopped updating for a while due to the Kickstarter and not having the funding, I did not have good luck. And it has persisted. But we'll take it. Also, I can't forget today is the day we drop off the sweets in front of the people for the ultra rare spooktacular dinosaurs. I forgot. Do I want another Trudon? You know what? I think I do. Just because I'm here already, you know? And I might go for... Let's go for a spooktacular compy. Because why not? I'm here. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Game. Do I want a spooktacular Megalosaurus? I think I do. Hey, bud. I would like a spooktacular version of yourself. See you tomorrow. Right, and then do I want... I think I'm going to go for some Microraptors this time. Spooktacular. Apart from the Megalosaurus, I've gone for all the little guys. And the Archaeopteryx. I didn't get him. So if I didn't go for the Mega, I could have gone for that. And got like a small collection. But I'm happy with this. So tomorrow we'll get 4 Ultra Rares by default because of Spooktacular. I've been playing a bunch of Pokemon games recently and my shiny luck is insane. I got 3 in a day. Olive. I can get 3 in an hour in Pokemon. It's the game where my shiny luck is strongest. In Pokemon Violet, I have 370? Question mark. I have got the first 320. I want to say it's 320. I'll have to double check. Of the entire living shiny decks. The entire living shiny decks, the first 320. So, Pokemon's 1 to 320-ish. All shiny. And when I say that, I mean, I haven't just evolved the starters and then claimed that I've got the shiny living decks. No, it's a living shiny decks, which means I had to hatch 3 of each and every starter. Sprigatito, quick. Quacktly, quick. Fuecoco, forever. I thought that so heavy on my lord. Yeah, Recommend it. Shiny hunting for a living shiny dex is genuinely so rewarding. And I take breaks in between it and go, oh, I'd much rather go and hunt shiny Fraxlore or something like that for now, you know? And then come back to it, so on and so forth. But I literally go from like 1, 2, 3. So my boxes in that game are 1 to 30, 31 to 59, etc. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm super proud of it, and I would love to actually stream some Pokemon at some point. I was thinking of maybe doing some Legends ZA, not the story, because I want to play the story in the actual game myself. But once I get a shiny charm, I think I might shiny hunt on here. I've got a 4K capture, which I'm hoping works with a Switch 2. Haven't tested it yet. So we'll play, I think Legends ZA. I might do some shiny hunting when that drops, because that could be fun. Right. I almost forgot to water my plants. Almost forgot to weed my plants. Am I really a horticulturist? Clearly not. Also, my ranch is a mess. I gave up trying to clean it because it just, yeah. PokeTuber I mod for also makes a living shiny dex of all gens, and they are competitive, all competitive build too. That is awesome. Going for a competitive build adds an unbelievable layer of extra niche, especially with the way that the competitive builds have changed over the years. And like, if you're going for like full IVs, full EVs, the right nature for every build, you're talking adding in another integer into that you have to like factor for. That's crazy, genuinely crazy. Right, all are watered, which means they actually help today. Wow, that's a shock. Just 3 crops need weeding, apart from the ones that I definitely missed for the weeds yesterday. I think didn't mean to click that. I think I will be, oh, I didn't want to grab anything from this. I think we should probably have a harvest, if not tomorrow, the following day, maybe. We'll see. I only ever once shiny hunted a competitive build. That was Aegislash. So I did breeding for all the right IVs and stuff. I got 7 shiny hone edges before I got my 8th, which was insanely lucky. Just for clarification, getting what you need perfectly with an 8 is insane, and that's the only one I ever did because it took so long. Even that 8, which is incredibly lucky, took me forever. I love, like, Aegislash, Honeedge, and Duoblade are my favorite Pokemon line. I love my shiny Ghost Sword boys, which is why I'm really hoping that they get a Mega. I know they're not in Legends ZA, but I'm hoping in DLC or future games they get a Mega, because I love Aegislash. Oh yeah, because they've watered some of them. I was like, oh god, have some of my crops withered? No, they've watered some of them. But I was played a lot of Paleo Pines during that. That's great. You were using their luck. Aegislash is one of my favorites too. That's awesome. Yeah, no, Aegislash I have a 3D print of, which I haven't even touched yet. But to be fair, it was on my old style of printing, so I might do a new one just so it's a little bit more up to date. Because I love my Aegislash. Aegislash, Haxorus, Dragapult. Do I have any Gen 1 favorites? Charizard? It's a bit cliche, but it's in there. Mega Charizard specifically, which isn't technically Gen 1. I have very controversial Pokemon opinions that will probably land me in hot water with any PokeTuber or PokeFan. Number 1, I'll start reeling them off. In my opinion, people that say Generation 1 are better because they were most creative are completely and inherently wrong. Pokemon in Generation 1 were creative, but some were also goddamn awfully lazy. Just like in future generations, there were also lazy, but also awesome designs. Point 2. I think that every generation is better than the ones that come before it, because it builds on something. There are a few exceptions to the rule. For example, Generation 3 is one of the best. Secondly, Generation 1, going back and playing it, and it's not the versions of, like, Fire Red or Let's Go. I can't play the original. It's just boring. In comparison, because I'm not looking at it with rose-tinted nostalgia glasses, and I must stress, I first played the first generation when it came out in the UK. I've been playing it for years, and I personally believe that like later iterations just added to it. Those are my controversial Pokemon opinions. I will not go into actual Pokemon, the actual Pokemon and their designs, apart from one of them. And I know some people love them, but I don't. And I must stress, it doesn't mean it's a bad Pokemon. It means that it's not for my cup of tea. Dragonite. What a disappointment. We had a really cool Dratini and Dragonair evolution with really great shinies that turned into a green, dopey looking postman. Bruh. However, I know some people love Dragonite, and fair play to you. Not my cup of tea. Dragonite should totally have been a worm. Should have been, exactly. Like, Dragonite, unfortunately, then inspired later generations of dragon Pokemon to not look great, such as Drampa. Like, they could have made that design so much better. You know? Mega kind of fixed, though. But I can't get over the head with the wings. Now, see, Mega would have fixed it if it stopped looking like its original Pokemon. I don't like Mega Dragonite. That's because I don't like Dragonite. I don't think that it's a bad Mega design. I think they actually kind of nailed it in terms of its like natural progression. A lot of the Mega Evolutions kind of forget that, but some of them do. It's like just a natural progression of a Mega Evolution of that same Pokemon. It's not an evolved form of that Pokemon. It's just like a natural progression for that Pokemon, and a veteran, a standard, potentially genetic mutation. It's not Dragonite's next evolve form. So I will give it credit. It's good Mega form in terms of it adds on to the Dragonite. I'm looking forward to seeing the others, to be quite frank. Mega Charizard Y. Yeah, valid. Completely valid. Completely valid. I think my favorite Mega, I think it's either Mewtwo or Charizard. Which are both Gen 1. But I also really like... Why am I forgetting its name? It's one of my favorite... God damn it. Give me a second. I can't believe I'm forgetting this name. I'm going to get it before I look at the Mega Pokemon page. Aggron. I think it looks awesome. Beedrill, Mega Beedrill is awesome as well. I'm actually looking at the Mega Pokemon now just so I can actually look. Mega Gyarados is dope. Mega Pidgeot's great. Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y, I love the vibe. Mega Aerodactyl's awesome. Mega Scizor, how could I forget? Mega Scizor is legitimately peak. I absolutely believe that. Tyranitar's cool. I wouldn't say awesome, but cool. Blaziken's amazing. Swampert is wild and fun. I love it. God, it's been a while since I looked at all of the Megas. Mega Sharpedo's just Sharpedo, but a bit extra. Camerupt is awesome. Salament's awesome. Metagross awesome. Latias, yeah, they're alright. Rayquaza. How could I forget? How could I forget Mega Rayquaza? You know, the thing that is currently staring at me up there. How could I forget the guy that I painted? It's very, very luminescent. Mega Rayquaza. How could I forget? I still need to finish him. He's still missing like one glowing tassel and one glowing tendril. Then he needs to be glued down. His base needs to be finished. But I'm currently working on other stuff. And once I finish the other stuff and go back to him, he'll also be on display in my living room alongside my new dragon. People are going to think I have a thing for dragons or something. That's kind of wild, isn't it? I just think they're easy to paint and I like them. Did I go into the forest today? I can't remember. I like Y because it changes a bit less for me. The palette swap is a bit daunting. Is Y... Just check to make sure I'm not getting them mixed up. I prefer Y. I think X is cool. But X is the shiny Charizard anyway. You know? forgot that I did trick or treat yesterday and put the things down. I was like, oh my god, shiny Megalosaurus, my ultra rare. I've not seen that one before. No shit, Sherlock. You've not seen it before because it's one of the goddamn spooky ones. Sometimes my lack of intellect, it frightens me. I think an ad's about to start or it's just finished. I don't know. I saw something green flash in the corner of my eye. Dialga is my favorite legendary of all time, Harumi. Ooh, Dialga's awesome. I actually hunted for it shiny in BDSP. I do not recommend, yeah. I was considering going back to BDSP just to shiny hunt Arceus. Like, you can get in Sword and Shield, you can go back and shiny hunt most of the legendaries, which is awesome. But BDSP is the only way currently, modernly, to get shiny Arceus, from my understanding, into home without having a 3DS. Four times over odds. If you're going to get a BDSP, please get Switch 2. I've got Switch 2. It's what I've been playing Scarlet and Violet again on recently. But for your own sanity, yeah, I appreciate that, especially with because you can do a soft reset a lot quicker in on the Switch 2, can't you? So you're gonna have, but yeah, 4 times over odds. And no, oh, I was right. Once again, you put one of these down. Stop forgetting you did. Hey. And then we got one more, which is the compy, I believe. There we go. Cool. I guess I have to start taming them shortly. I'll wait for everyone to get back. So I'm out of vape. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. Sorry. For those that haven't checked out a stream before, we have ads running so it doesn't kill viewability. Because trust me, it will if you don't run them, which is annoying. However, the ads it tries to make you do is 3 minutes every hour. Up to 9 minutes every hour. I'm alright, Chief. So I only run them for a minute. Which isn't great because it still impacts, but I'm not going to run 3-minute long ads. Do you know who forgot to check what type of food these guys need? Me. We're going to go ahead and collect all of the spoopy ones now. Paleo Pines Compy. I don't think I got it right. Oh no, I did. Camera change. Cool. Compy is an earthy kind of guy. I don't think I have any earthy on me. Oh, I do. But I can just befriend you with... I'll just throw so many Pippins at you till you become friends. First, shiny I hunted. Also, I had to wait. I was waiting for you guys to get back. There we go. That accounts for all 4 of them because I will forget if I don't do it now. First shiny I hunted in Scar Violet was Fletching because in Kalos it's my second favorite region specifically from the anime. Valid, completely valid. I think the first shiny I hunted in Scarlet and Violet. Ooh. I found a few just walking around, but actively hunted? I can't remember. It's been so long. My goodness, it was one of the new ones. I know that. Nope, just gonna keep befriending you until you become my friend. That sound, my god, you have me rigid and looking around for As soon as I found out I could add sound effects to do the shiny counter, I put it in there. Okay? It had to be that sound effect. It had to be. There's no other way around it. Ah, yes, Frigibacks. I have 3 of them. Well, and its evolutions. Frigibacks, it's an alright design. Its final evolution, it's pretty good. It's middle evolution. That's Spino. I know it's based on a kaiju. I can't remember which specific kaiju, but that Spino looking one. Peak. It's middle evolution. Is my favorite. Which is weird for a pseudo legendary because I usually would love the last evolution. Like Haxorus is better than Fraxure and Axew. Although the other exception to that is Dragonite, obviously. But like a lot of pseudo legendaries, I usually love their final evolution, but no, that I've already forgot its name. Is it Frigibax? Frigibax, right? No, not Frigibax. Frigibax is the first one. What's the second one? Can't remember. Arctobax. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's the badger. Except it's not a badger, it's a freaking Spino. I love the entire line. Don't get me wrong, the entire line is great. But Arctobax is peak design. Dragapult is my beloved Dragapult. Dragapult was my, like, I love it because it's one of my favorite pseudos because a couple of reasons. Okay, thank God. I just had a really weird noise and I thought someone was in the house and it wasn't. It was me hitting my leg against the back of my painting table. Dragapult was released in Sword and Shield. A game set in the UK. Kind of fun, not gonna lie. It's a ghost Pokemon and it's a freaking Diplocalus. Bro, what more do you want? It's also a dragon. 10 out of 10. Baby air carrier, exactly. And it's a stealth bomber, which is dope. Gods, the Paleos are taking over me. Pokemon, not dinosaur. Yeah. Also, I loved in Sword and Shield the fossil Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have seen a Dunkleosteus, a Stegosaurus, a Theropod, and I can't remember what the other one was. Was it a Liopluridon, Pliosaur, something like that? I can't remember. Those would have been awesome. Do not get me wrong. However, I love the reference because you've ever heard of Crystal Palace dinosaurs, you've heard of Megalosaurus, you've heard a lot of British paleontology. We often made mistakes and combined two different dinosaurs, and it still happens to this day. But like the history behind that, it genuinely, I loved it. And also, Dracovish, one of my favorite Pokemon designs. He's so stupid, I love him. Oh, God. I've already forgotten this is earthy. Right, cool. Fish, Tyrannosaurus, Dromaeosaurus, and fish. In the long short of it, kind of. But yeah, I just... it was so stupid. I loved it. Right, so... I think I've already got a comp. No, I don't. So this has to be Compost Spoop. Or Compy Spoop. Because I've named all of my spooky ones their name and Spoop. And I capitalize the S because otherwise it comes out like Compy's Poop. But that's part of the fun of my naming convention for it. 'Cause people go, did you call it Poop? No, Spoop. Still can do that. I know that song off by heart. Kind of would expect to after 300 or so of those songs having to be played. Let's get my second spooky Trudon, which means it can have a name of which I choose now. So. And because it can have the name of which I choose, we haven't had a viewer named one in a while. So I get to have a look at you guys and see which one of you, your name suits better. So we have Trudon. Trudon. Harudon. Harudon's fun. Harudon is fun. I like it. I'm not going to do it with olive juice because naming convention would be weird like that. So, Trudolive? Harudon's fun. Let's go with Harudon. See if we can actually get it in there. Oh, we did. Oh, we did. Trumi's good too. I like that. But I kind of like Harudon. It also sounds like a Pokemon. Not gonna lie. Like Koraidon's lost cousin. Harudon. Hey, little guy. Oh, also the Troodons in Paleo Pines are my favorite. They're absolutely my freaking favorite. I was hunting forever for a melanistic Troodon so I could call it Toothless. I finally got him a while ago and I was beyond ecstatic. Okay, I'm actually going to look this up before starting the tame this time. Microraptor. Spicy. Why is it so spicy? Oh, I've just done something stupid. Where'd you go, little guy? There you are. I think I got the right one's attention. Guess we find out. Yes, we did. Cool. Turn off super speed, so... There we go. Camera change, got it right. Absolutely adore the Carnos and the Dimetrodons. My biggest dreamy has to be the Melanite T-Rex. Yep, valid. Valid completely. So I don't think I have any spicy food on me. No. So let's just befriend you with spice. Take as many of these as you want. Oh, and fun news, guys. Tonight's video is... I finally got around to editing Repo. I know. I've got like 20 videos left on my channel that haven't been uploaded yet. 3 of them, down to 2 after tonight, are Repo. So I'll be spacing those out quite nicely. So Repo is going live tonight with me and Beeves and Excited. And it was a lot of fun, that one. So, got that. Got a couple of Trails of Cold still there. I need to record some more. A couple of Paleo Pines, I need to record some more. And a couple of Minecraft, I need to record more. Oh, yippee! But yeah, no, it's... I really enjoyed playing Repo with those guys. I enjoyed playing a lot of games with them, to be fair, and I'm hoping to play some more in the future. So it should be good. Oh, sweet caffeine. You treat me well. Right. Olive, microlive. Microlive. But then I'm thinking out of the next 2, because we've got this and Megalosaurus. Which one fits better? Megalov? Megalov? Megalolov? Megalolov? Megalolov. Megalov. My brain. I'm sorry. Microlive or Megalov? Megalov. I can't. My brain won't let me connect this. Megalov. Microlive sounds fun. And I'm not going to butcher it every time. But it would be funny. Megaliv or Microlive. Which do you prefer, Olive? Which do you prefer? The little guy who's tenacious and funny? Or the big guy, which gives me basically an aneurysm every time I try to say his name? You get to pick. Because technically, I need to name them Microspoop and Megalospoop, but I'll do that with the next one, so... I'll give you the pick of one. Mega or Micro? Let me be the big guy. Roger that. So this is Microspoop. And now I get to butcher saying his name every time. Which is why I think you said the angry reaction. Like that's sort of like not angry reaction, the that I don't know what to call it. That emote. But so it can be forced to make me brain fart. Right. Let's make you the big guy. So he's less orange and more yellow, which is still really cool. I think this is a great color scheme all around. Oh my god, look, it is freaking cool. You can tell I've not had to tame many of these for a while because I've completely forgotten that it's cool is just super easy but looks complicated. There we go. Woof. Look at that. All right. I didn't check. Megalosaurus. What do you need? Earthy. Okay. Let's just feed you so much earth. May God of hell. Torture him or not. Exactly. Ooh. So you can just befriend them constantly with it and eventually it tames even if it doesn't fall into the light green or dark green. But that fell into the light green, and unfortunately, didn't count. So this is your way to get round the literal broken taming of Corythosauruses. So Corythosauruses, for those that don't know, when you try to tame a Corythosaurus, if the hand from the taming thing does not start in the light green or green, it is physically, and I'm not being pejorative, I'm not being pedantic or dramatic, it is physically impossible to get it into the light green or dark green, because the way that the hands move, it's always perfectly outside. So always either just force feed them as many pippins as you can, or exit out, exit in until you get it into the light green and dark green. Megalolive. Okay, let's try and read this. I would almost say syllabally, but I don't know how to do syllables that well. So megalolive. Megalolive. It's still killing me. After all this taming, I'm hoping the guys at home have done a great job and watered every single one of our plants. Do I think they have? No, because it gets buggy. But I'm hoping they have. This was the right choice. God damn it. That sounds like a skill issue. I've never actually had an issue. No, it's not a skill issue. We did the science test. So if you haven't watched us from earlier on, myself, Mir, and I guess it could go out of the green if it was within the perfect range. But myself, Ty, and Mir used to do a lot of the science for this game. Like, we worked out things like the perfect farming technique, the perfect amount of money, the perfect way to get things to work. For example, I have a patent pending. I never have to clean up poop in this game. There's just decorations everywhere, so they can't poop. There's no room for them to poop. Thus, they cannot poop. So there is technically a way where you can get it if it's outside of the light green, but it basically has to be where the hand... So, I'll give you some values, right? The hand, if you feed, might go up by 30, and if you soothe, it might go down by 40 on a normal dinosaur, right? But it seems to be like 25 and 45, so it just falls out the light green and in the light green every single time, depending on that. Trust me, I spent hours trying to tame one Corythosaurus. Just going, I can't befriend it, I can't keep feeding it pippins. You know, because I didn't know that was a facility at the time, and it just didn't, it constantly went like this, and I then exited out, went back in, exit out, went back in to taming it until we got it into the light green by default. I then discovered much later, when someone told me, just force feed them pippins, it doesn't matter, after about 10 or so, it tames automatically. And it does. That would have saved me so much stress of every time finding a Corythosaurus going, because the force feed befriend with a Corythosaurus will eventually, like, when you befriend them, it does a random number back or forth, and there's a chance it goes in the light green anyway, and even if it doesn't go in light green after a certain amount of pippins, they just get befriended because it just increases their friend value. Oh, I know, I did as well. I was one of the ones who tested the picnic rarity being consistent. Oh, same here. I was also one of the early ones, Harumi. I'm glad that we've got a fellow picnic aficionado. I used to skip time to test picnics, and I was one of the first people to discover that picnics change after updates. So I used to plan when I knew an update was dropping. Okay, so next picnic I've got is this. The following picnic is this. I don't like either of those. Let's see what the update brings. I'm not going to rush through this recording or streaming it. I remember that. Ah, yes. Yeah, no, I feel like I have seen your name when it comes to the picnics as well. Like, you got those niche memories. Just go, oh yeah. But yeah, right, what was I doing? I've forgotten. I've watered and weeded. I think I can go to sleep. I'm hoping it's farming day. What are the OGs? Oh. I was there before the Bernard, me too. Don't quote those scriptures to me, boy. I was there when they wrote them. Yeah, it's farming day. Yeah, no, God, so I got into Paleo Pines. I can actually show you how long ago I got into Paleo Pines, right? Watch this. This will shock a lot of you. I don't think I've got anything dodgy on here, have I? No, cool. So, in order of Discords I joined, okay? So this is how long ago I joined it. First Discord I ever joined was Wash Bear Studios, the guys that made Parkasaurus, and are making their new game, the railway survival game that looks quite interesting. Beavers. Pokemon Go. Digimon Links. Jurassic Craft. Not Jurassic World Reborn, Jurassic Craft. So this should date it quite considerably. A server called Zarp Gaming that I used to play TTT on, which should also date it. Then Paleo Pines. Paleo Pines predates Jurassic World Alive, like any Discords I joined for that. It predates a load of My Hero Academia stuff. It predates Sunhaven, that I'm not surprised by. It predates my own server, it predates Amber Isle, and it predates anything Warhammer by a long shot. I remember starting to follow Paleo Pines when the artist went, guys, it's moving to a game, and I was like, oh my god! I've been in the Discord that long. Parkasaurus, oh my god. Yes, Parkasaurus. We're getting old, yeah, we bloody are. Parkasaurus was is probably one of my favorite dinosaur games of all time. I think out of the recent years, it's the best dinosaur simulation / zoo game probably since Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Jurassic World Evolution 1 had a good chance at beating it. It came short to Parkasaurus, and Jurassic World Evolution 2 I stopped playing because they kept the same engine and kept the shite terrain constraints from the first one. Which I'm hoping, and by the looks of it, it isn't present in Jurassic World Evolution 3. So I might actually really enjoy Jurassic World Evolution 3. I played Parkasaurus religiously for a long time, and I have a thing that I say, and it's very true. If you enjoy Paleo Pines, please try Parkasaurus. If you enjoy Parkasaurus, please try Paleo Pines. I think they're great little complements to each other in a weird way, but also I am fully aware that I seem to gravitate towards games that begin with P. Paleo Pines, Parkasaurus, Phasmophobia, Peak. There are many others. Path of Titans I played a couple of times. There is a lot. A lot. I know. Right, I hate the terrain constraints. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Every time I saw that, it just screamed bad development to me. I'm not gonna lie. I had to cut out an entire episode, 30 minutes of me ranting and swearing. I'm not even kidding. I was livid. I was like, this is the second game. Why are you still making this constraint engine? You're all... Literally, absolute crash out. I mean a proper crash out. So I deleted it. So it never saw the light of day. And I say deleted it. It's not uploaded anywhere. It's not even edited. It's deleted. But it was a full-on crash out. I'm talking. Glad I deleted it. Never had such a crash out. It was the middle of summer. I was baking alive. I had to deal with that bullshit. I was not happy. I was not happy at all. So with Jurassic World Evolution 3, I'm buying it. I don't think they'll ever give me a partnership for rigging on their bad terrain mapping that they've had for 2 games. But I was excused for the first game, and I still think the first game's a good game. I could not excuse for the second game because it's an awful thing to continue over. Like, you make some of the best simulation games with, like, Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster... Was it Planet Zoo? Something. With amazing terrain engines and terrain mapping and just beautiful stuff. And then you put the worst version of it in Jurassic World Evolution. It's just wild. So I don't think I'll ever get sponsorship or partnership to be able to get the game for free, so I'll be buying the game on Steam. I will be testing in Sandbox, which I hope they let me try immediately. And I will be seeing if I can force a terrain constraint. If it does not happen, I will play the game, record it. I won't stream it. I'll record it, I'll play it properly. If it does happen, I need to make sure I can try and replicate it within 2 hours so I can demand a refund from Steam. And I will not play the game. I'm sorry, but I'm not going down that dark hole again. Oh, you wanna build a building? Ah, I'm sorry to say, the terrain's not flat enough. Why don't you flatten it? Ah, you flatten the terrain. Terrain constraints. No. Planet Zoo. Okay, I was thinking that. Vertico crash out leak. Perhaps. No. That it's completely gone. That crash out is deleted, and the only person that has seen it, witnessed it, or heard it is me. Basically, I was editing it, and I had to cut out because, fun fact, you can say swear words on YouTube. You just have to mark that you have. You can't say the C word, though. It does not like that. Instant demonetization. I had to cut out 12 times I used that. And I realized, maybe it's not worth it. Yeah, I was fucking livid. Basically, it was 35 minutes of me swearing, cursing out everyone and everything, while trying to put one building down. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. So, it got cut, and then I think within a couple of episodes, I ended Jurassic Evolution 2. What? I found the albino corridor. Congrats! You summoned it with your rant. This finishes the species. No way, Harumi. Congrats. Oh, having a complete collection's awesome. Well done. Vertico crash out powers. I've got every ultra red core now. That is genuinely awesome. Congratulations, dude. I just need now Bino Trudon, and I've got my favorite. Like, I've got a few collections complete, don't get me wrong, but Trudon's the one I've been waiting for forever. And I want it so that when my ultra rare, because I purchased in the pledge the £350 one that allows me to add a custom color scheme, and I'm going to be adding EVA01 color to Trudon, and 4 of the dinosaurs I have to pick. But Trudon's the one I wanted. I do think that people were saying, oh, I'm going to make it rare or uncommon for their skins. Mine aren't. I'm sorry to say, mine will be ultra rares. Originally, I was planning to make the Trudon ultra rare and the others maybe uncommons and rares. But then they said, I think all the rarities have to be shared. With all due respect, I'm one of the micro-influencers. I use that term like a bloody business person. But I'm one of the micro-influencers that is known for ultra rare hunting. I'm making mine ultra rare. Yeah, what? Oh, I haven't showed you guys the. Hold up. You got time before I harvest these? Give me a minute. I can't remember where I saved it. Downloads. I don't think you two were present for this. So these were my 2 concepts, right? Getting it on the ferry was kind of nightmarish. Because the ferry was originally going to be one of my picks, and I don't know if it still is, because of trying to make the EVA01 work. It didn't. So, here we go. So, these were my 2 potential color schemes. Obviously, I can only have 1. But we have EVA01, which I designed originally for the Trudon and adapted to the ferry. And I've still got to adapt for the 3 other dinosaurs. Down here. 10 out of 10. Love it. Robot. Would have been cool, but you know, I love the way that I've managed to get them to look. It's kind of my favorite thing. However, a lot of people prefer my second choice, which was I had originally considered ages ago, but Tyranno Senpai had actually prompted me. What about Kaiju? What about Kafka? And I went, oh my god, Kafka, yeah. Metamorphosis, Kaiju number 8, black and blue. That sort of. I've got the black here to be the same black as the like melanistics, but I'd want like a jet black, but I don't think I can have that. But with like neon blue. You know, so you got Kaiju number 8. Sort of inspired. Basically, both my potential schemes are anime inspired. And the only reason I would pick this scheme over this scheme is because, and I went through all the lists here and I can still remember them. Number 1, someone is making their own custom scheme and it's too similar. I will accept the L. I'll let them go, even though I've been planning this scheme of EVA Trudon since I ever saw the Trudon. But I will let it go. And if they get this in first comes first serve. Number 2. I can't remember these. I remember the first reason. I don't remember the other 2. But EVA is my favorite. I personally, oh look, you can see the thumbnail for today's video. I personally am much looking forward to just seeing what I can get away with. And if they say yes, but if they, under any circumstances, say, oh, we can't give you an ultra rare, I will be so depressed. I'm like, oh, too many people picked ultra rare, but I'm the ultra rare guy, please. I don't imagine they would. If you're spending £350 and it wasn't highlighted that that would be the case, I don't imagine they would. Pacific Rim Kaiju. It also looks like Pacific Rim Kaiju, yes. Kaiju number 8's color scheme is sort of amazing. Hoshino is my favorite character in Kaiju number 8, but I do love Kafka too. Kafka's my favorite. I just vibe with him heavy. I think he's great. I think he's... Oh, it's harvesting time. Oh, my tummy is rumbling. I'm hungry myself. Oh, we're nearly at the 2-hour mark, which means we're nearly towards the end of the stream. We still got a little bit of time. Right. Mango chutney. Interesting. Very interesting. We've only got 1 left. Gulp. Mango chutney and Granny. Granny's carrot soup. Right. Between these two, I have the relevant powers. However, I require Vader, who is most likely hiding. There you are. Hello, Vader. So this is my melanistic theory. This was the first ultra rare I ever found, and it was up at the top. Do you know where the theory spawned during Jurassos? And I hadn't yet unlocked it. So I was like, oh my god, no, I need to get him. I literally run around, find the right dinosaur that I already had to go up there and break it down so I could get to him, tame him, and I was so happy. I still remember getting Vader. But yes, it was my first ever ultra rare. Okay, and you. So this should give me the max. Yeah. Oh, no. No, that's not right. It's not watermelon. It wasn't marmalade. It was something else. Mango chutney, sorry. Because I've only got 26 from that entire amount. I've eaten the wrong one. It wasn't mango chutney. What was it? I know I was very salty when I saw your video because I nearly met a theory so bad and you've yet to find it. Oh, I'm so sorry. What was it that I had to eat? I think it's marmalade. Because I remember it having 9 when I originally ate it, and... Question. Let's find out, shall we? May as well just find out. Right, now I know Vader's here. Vader, stop. Stop. Vader! Vader! Get back here! Little cretin. Right. God, I hate my dyspraxia sometimes. I misjudge the distance from the mouse to the keyboard, and I hit the mouse into the keyboard. And right, you're going to run this way, then you're going to run back, and you're going to try and run the other way. Oh, you went a different route this time. Interesting. Right, now you should stay with me now. Great. 8. Boom. Oh, I also need to dump so much stuff. Oh my god. So much crap has been acquired. Hey, buddy. The sun's getting real low. This should be it. Yes, it is. Cool. That's Green Fingers and Bountiful Bounty. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's more like it. That is more like it. I also need to make sure I feed you a pop-in at some point, because you're going to get down to the point where it's just outside of the realm. But I think, like, once we get to level 20, eventually you will absolutely hit that mark. You have many dinos in your ranch, and I keep seeing that oh, my dreamies low. So I have a substantial amount of dinosaurs at max collection. Not all of them. I'd say over half, in terms of, like, their stuff. So if I have a lot of them. I don't have any of the mega rares. Now, mega rare is a colloquialism that myself, Ty, although I think Phoenix might have actually had a helping hand in it. Ty, Mia, Laura all came up with, which is, if it is a ultra rare that is only available in 1 or 2 spawns during a specific season, it's no longer an ultra rare. It needs to be the next rank up. So think Tamabloom Theory, think Birch Aloe, etc. Right, I need to feed you your thing now. Doing this just so I can get more XP if you eat the damn... There we go. So yes. Oh god, let me on. Thank you. There are a few out there that are like legitimately, some people have managed to get themselves a mega rare. I've still not got one. I've got barely any baryonic ultra rares because I just hate the idea of having to wait till evening. I'm a very like efficient move through the day kind of guy. Right. We have acquired, let's go to here quickly. How many watermelon? 782, which is 32 over what 5 would be, which means we got 1 or 2 bountiful harvests, basically, which is pretty good. So now we get to play the long game and see if Corlin has got food, because I want more carnivore kibble, because I'm currently at 7,600 carnivore kibble, deluxe carnivore kibble, and I want significantly more than that. I need the dragonfly Dimetrodon to finish the dimes. I'm also only keeping like 2 on me right now, even though I need to get rid of everything else in my inventory, because I'm pretty sure Corlin's not going to be selling the carnivore kibble. So yeah. Oh my goodness, it's 3:44 a.m. You don't give your exact location away, for the love of all things holy. That's not what you should be doing. Australia or Asia, like sort of. If it's not Australia, let me know, and I can see if I can actually get the country. Oh, I can sell some. And you've got carnivore kibble. Hell yeah. Right, so we'll go back and actually do this now. Fantastic. I won't make you sit for all of it for the last part of the stream, but yeah. It's not Australia. Okay. Is it somewhere within Asia? Oh, New Zealand. I hadn't... okay. I immediately... No disrespect. I immediately completely forgot. New Zealand. Even though my first thought was Australia or New Zealand. I didn't ask. That's definitely a mea culpa issue there. My bad. Yeah, New Zealand. Kiwi! It's not Australia. God damn it. No, it's New Zealand's fantastic. New Zealand has the best thing that Australia doesn't have: a more reasonable temperature and less giant spiders. Thus, New Zealand, if I was to visit anywhere, it would be New Zealand. Don't get me wrong, I love my Australian bros, but that heat will kill me, and those spiders will terrify me to death. You know, I'm not saying New Zealand doesn't have spiders. I know you do, but we have to both admit here, Australian spiders are a different kind of demon. No, it's not Australia, exactly. I've never been to New Zealand, but I like how it's none of birds. Yes. Was it New Zealand that the moa were on? I want to say it was New Zealand. I could be wrong. So we're going to go back. Ever seen an Aussie hunt? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, moa. Cool. Yes, I have. 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 That is one of the ones I was referring to. This is perfectly changeable for every season, so you see all the seasonal spawns. Ooh. And the massive eagles! The massive eagle. Oh my god, yes! Oh god, I can't remember what they're called. They are massive. I remember this. I remember reading about this. They'd be able to pick up deer very easily, sort of size, weren't they? And like there was like many reports of them actually killing the indigenous people as well. Like they were monsters, those birds. New Zealand had some pretty Hasts eagle, thank you. They had some pretty awesome species of the aviary variety. They ate moa. Yeah, they did. That was it. So cool. Wow. Yeah. That's just so cool though. Let's face it. New Zealand's got some really rich wildlife and biodiversity. Very cool. Wow, I managed to sell all of them and still he had no money left over. So I can actually take 2 stacks next time, he thinks. Cool. Sucks that they got colonized to death though. Yeah. I'm English. I have to apologize for most of the planet. My ancestors and their relatives were massive, magnanimous C words. Sorry. There's no words. Just, I hate what my place has done to the entire world. Oh, bring back the British Empire. No, don't. Don't. Let's not. Let's leave it dead in the past where it should be. I just did it again. I wanted to get rid of all of them. I wanted to keep 2. Different times. I never knew what extinction was. Yeah, that's valid, but time doesn't like heal that sort of level of cruelty though. Different times is an excuse. I get to an extent, but we have and always will be human. The fact that they hadn't considered the actions just speaks to me that, yeah, different times. Everyone back then was a, you know? Oh, no, they weren't. Yes, they were. That's the thing. Like, it just... We now realise that they were. There's a difference. And just, yeah, I don't have time for, I have a friend. I had a friend when I was younger, and I don't want to give too much away. Basically, his name, he's Indian, all right, and he would like say things, and then he'd be like, "It was all good till the Brits showed up," and he'd just give me this look every time, and it was so fucking funny. I miss that guy. Yeah, we fingers in pie ruined half the planet. Without a doubt. The Brits were notoriously pretty good at that. Right. Good lord, I nearly used up 2 full stacks of watermelons just to get carnivores. Kidable, then that's pretty good. Like, dodos would still exist and stuff if we didn't eat them and introduce pests. But no, we didn't introduce pests. We introduced pest control. Unfortunately, pest control killed dodo. So I believe... it was the importation of cats, dogs, and certain cattle hunters. Not cattle hunters, pest hunters. Like ferrets and whatnot that really contributed to killing of the dodo. Plus, you know, they tasted great, which is their own fault. Technically still pests, you think about it. Okay, in the litany of the word meaning of pest, yeah, absolutely. Pest control can technically itself be pests. Abso-freaking-lutely. And if you're bringing in a foreign species as an invasive species, that's technically a pest as well. So yes, yeah, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. But, like, cats are totally adorable, so, you know, they want to commit, like, crimes against nature, so be it. I'm kidding. I would not excuse that. I personally, like, I believe that cats... in their current domesticated forms, it's more fair to them and to the general wider world that they're house cats as opposed to letting out. They're at risk a lot more if they go outside. You are also putting a lot of local bird populations at risk if you let them outside. You can just raise an idiot like Nimbus. He's a house cat, and every time he went outside, he'd stare at birds and go, meh, meh. And that was it. All right, never an animal in his life. I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. Not gonna lie, humans are pests in my eyes. Yeah, to an extent. To an extent. But we're also the prominent species. We are the apex on this planet. Through having a, you know, a properly functioning prefrontal cortex. What did I just try to say? Basically, we have a functioning brain that allows us to have beyond advanced sentience, effectively. But there are a lot of animals that demonstrate sentience, and we need to recognize that. For example, the dodo was probably quite smart. Unfortunately, the only examples we have of them in any form of media are the idiots in Ice Age. We're not ape because we'd be dead if in an instant we don't like technology. So this is an interesting fact for you. I prescribe to the theory of within nature the tools of which we use. So, for example, you know, a lion's tools are its claws. Our tool is our brain, and what we utilize our brain for, including technology, I would argue makes us an apex. So I know that there's two different subscriptions to the theories of nature versus nurture. Actually, there's more than two. There's millions. But like the prominent version of, are we apex or are we not? Considering that we are actively the prominent species of this planet in terms of our ants. I know ants are an exception to this. I know ants are the exception. They're probably the prominent species of this planet. By prominent by means of having the most impact on the Earth, which isn't good. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying it is. But I think we are an apex, personally. Like wildcats in Australia are just house cats that escaped and went wild. Wait, what? The fuck? I did not know that. I learned something today. Actually, I learned a lot today. You two have been throwing facts out. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me go back and forth to Corlin like he's my side piece or something. I'm going to say... we're still not even close to 20k. Although, with all of the ones that I've got here, I should hit 20k, hopefully. No, I won't. Just on the maths. No, I won't. God damn it! Which means I have to do more farming. Ugh. Or I don't, and I'm just happy with where we're at and farm again down the line and make it future Corey's problem. Don't have any native cats either. Neither cloven hoofed animals. See, that's wild. Olive, when I asked this, was it the Brits' fault again? I mean, it's been the most prominent doesn't make you an apex. It's when you have no natural predators that's when you are an apex. It means we do have predators that could easily kill us in natural settings. Yes, there are predators that would hunt us and kill us, but they are not our natural predators. Arguably, we don't have a natural predator that, like, hunts us and we can't do anything about. If you get what I'm hitting. Actually, I'm going to Google this, because if I'm wrong, in my interpretation, I'd rather eat a slice of humble pie right now, because I don't want to sound like a dumbass. Are humans apexes? Also, it is an opinion-based thing because of the way that it's not... It's a sociological science, effectively. Obviously, it's an actual science in terms of calling something an apex, but it's a construct to us, right? We created the construct that is the term apex predator. Huh. Why humans aren't considered an apex? Why humans are considered an apex? Okay, cool. It's a subjective thing. Again, yay. It would be always say we are apex. It's the internet made by humans. No human wants to be humbled. I can tell you now, Harumi, I just read 2 articles that said yes, 1 that said no. So there is definitely a split. There is a split. Like, I would call us the ultimate apex, but that's apparently completely wrong. We're not the ultimate apex. Because there's no consensus on that either, but that's skewed more towards the other way. Bloody hell. I love science. I love learning. Like, I would call us apex. You clearly would not. Some would, some won't. That's kind of fun. We're not the ultimate apex. That seems to be a general consensus, though. I wonder what is. I want to know what is. Humans are too prideful. Yeah, I think the great thing about scientists is scientists will absolutely rip into it. Also, if you're someone like me, aka British, we like to take a piss on ourselves all the time. I'm saying we are not because I think humans are great. I'm saying it because I think of logistically. Like, I'm thinking just how I would perceive it. I'm not saying, humans are great. We ain't, we're monsters. But, you know, So, the ultimate apex on Earth. The concept of an ultimate apex is depends on the framework being considered. What is the greatest predator on planet Earth? No humans, extinct creatures are allowed. Ooh, I'm going to enjoy reading this Reddit post. Some people consider dragonflies. Orca whales. Honey badger's not an apex predator, though. I don't know why someone put honey badger. Ultimate species of dinosaurs. They lived and thrived for over 150 million years. You know what, actually? Olive, you're not actually wrong. I get that, but I would actually argue with the ultimate, in my opinion, apex or any form of ultimate life form on this planet is probably an insect of some description. Because they've been around just as long, and they're still in the billions, if not trillions, on this planet. Dinosaurs are insane, yeah. I like that we can have a difference of opinion on one thing, Harumi, and we both went, actually, I see what you mean with dinosaurs, actually. Yeah. Yeah, no, like, insects. Think of it, right? Dragonflies was a really valid point by someone there. I can actually see it, because of the speeds that they can reach versus their prey, everything like that. Their size versus their prey. Their capacity to murder and eat a lot of their prey. Horseshoe crabs is a great example. I don't think they're like an... Well, they are carnivores, aren't they? They're omnivores, I believe. So that they're a pretty good one as well, because they've been around for a long time. Horseshoe crabs are the ultimate life form. So there's a joke in evolutionary theory that also coincides with infrastructure. So you'll enjoy this. So the idea being that the ultimate life form is crab, because crab is where most life forms end up evolving to. Even when they did that future human design for millions of years down the line, it looked pretty crab-like. Crab is the ultimate life form. Now, inversely, whenever trying to create a perfect transportation method, it is always ends up at a train. Minimal risk, super high speed, can transport multiple people and freight at the same time. It is always a train. It's the same thing. Trains are the crabs of infrastructure, and inversely the same. What I do hate, though, I might get something spicy. Did I do today? I did do today. Humans cannot accept that they are friggin' animals. Okay, that's wild to me, yeah. No, I'm with you there. Humans by default are animals. But there's also people... Harumi, here's one thing. There are people that are like, well, fish isn't an animal. It's like, it's a fish. And I'm like, my brother in Christ. So yes, I can believe that people think it, but I think it's out of sheer ignorance. They bloody are! Exactly. My God. Yeah, I'm with you there. I am 100% with you there. Humans are animals, because by our current classifications of life and understanding, are we a virus? Arguable, but no. Are we bacteria? No. Are we a single-celled life form? No. Are we a plant? No. For the ones in the back, what does that leave? An animal. Are we an animal? Well, no. Yes, we are! We complete all the life functions expected that is under the classification of a fecking animal. We eat, we excrete, we require energy, require water. Like, bro, we are an animal. We are parasites, though. So, I would say we're not. This is where I've got a conflicting opinion. I think that we're sociologically, or like, as a concept, we're definitely parasites. But by the definition of a parasite or a symbiote, you have to be reliant on a living thing, right? Like Earth. If we were aboard the Earth and the Earth was living. Now, if you subscribe to the concept of a living Earth, or that's part of your faith, absolutely. You can deem us to be parasites as well. I get it. If you're talking like sociologically, 100%. Humans are definitely parasites. I will not disagree with you there. Scientific ethics classification. I'm split. I'm split. Oh, Proud Lotus. It's one of the two pride flags that isn't an ultra rare. Blurg. The Proud by Triceratops and the Proud Lesbian flag for the Argylo are two rares. And every time I see them, I love the color scheme and the pastel, but they're just rares. Meh. And we need food just for live. We are very negative towards our food. Yeah, the same. Same thing. Yeah, I can get that. Follow Animal Care in college. When they talk about certain things, it's always animals and humans. You know what? Yeah, that makes sense. I would say that there's a lot of symbiosis for humans and certain animals as well, especially ones we've domesticated, because they can, unfortunately, the way that they, and parasitic in a way, because like sheep and cows have like completely changed their trajectory because the way that humans have farmed them. So yeah, I can see the sort of concept of parasitic in that regard. I can also see the concept of symbiosis in that regard. I just think it's fascinating. I think we're a fascinating species, really. Malignant, yes, but fascinating. Like, a lot has to take place for anything like us to exist. It sounds crazy or aggrandizing. I'm not. I'm not saying it's a plan, although for those that don't know, I am a man of faith, but not no set faith. It can also be completely random. And that's crazy. Because like everyone's always terrified. I'm one of them. I have cosmic and existential horror. Like I don't like looking out into the universe. It terrifies me, right? But I also love it because I'm fascinated. To get to the complex life form that we are requires a significant amount of energy and time, correct? Now there could be countless life forms like us, or by that I mean sentient aliens, intelligent aliens, whatever you want to call them. But there could not be. And if you've ever heard of the Fermi paradox, it's where that there's so much out there and yet we have found no evidence, but we haven't looked even in a fraction of it. It's the paradox. But also it comes into the paradox of either we are alone in this giant universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying thoughts. And it encapsulates it perfect for me. Like if we were to find aliens, the likelihood is it would be nothing like us in terms of how we function. Is that taffy? No, it's just a blueberry. A bluebell. And it could probably be single cell, it could be bacteria, virus, etc. But the thought that we could find aliens, and just like NASA had to warn people when Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out, and possibly bang them. Don't bang the aliens! What is it they said? The likelihood is if we found intelligent life, it wouldn't be compatible, or something like that. Oh, it still gives me a giggle. You're like, it terrifies me, and it interests me, and fascinates me. That is the rare. That's the rare. If you had this pattern, you'd be ultra rare. I hate we have rarity-based patterns for one scheme. Ugh. We are so smart. We are the dumbest thing alive. Yeah. That I have never seen a more encapsulating sentence for the human race. Oh my god, Harumi. We are so dumb. We're the smartest thing alive. Oh my god, it's perfect. We destroy the way our feed ourselves. That's not symbiosis. It's not natural. That's true. Homo-sapien species are smart. We have had to have our babies born earlier because our heads were just getting too big and too many babies during childbirth. Exactly. We made them to our design, but we are never positive to anything, in my opinion. I will always say this, but our species in the world went downhill the moment we stopped being nomads. I think it's not so much that we became nomads. It became when we started to classify society as we know it in terms of large mega cities, large multi leveled cities, towns, large areas of development and population. That's when I think humanity as a whole causes more damage to the planet. And I think the final nail in the coffin is megacorpos. Personally, megacorporations and allowing them to exist. Once we stop being monkey, everything shat itself. Yeah. I saw a Kurdscat video saying we are either very early or late in the life explosion in the universe. Yes, I've seen that. We have a very hard time communicating with alien species. Oh god, capitalism. Yes, but the moment we stop being nomads, it would always end up like this. That's actually very true. Megacities would have ended up happening because of population booms, because we're constantly not moving. We're sitting in one location. Actually, I'll give you that. One is a cause of the other. So my concept of when it stopped is after the concept of when yours believed it stopped, which makes yours valid. Right, got ya. Yeah. Personally, I can't wait until I can go full cyber. I can't wait until I can replace parts of me with robo stuff. Like, I'm a futurist, all right? I'm a pedantist. I'm a pessimist. I'm a nihilist to some extent. Not completely nihilist. But I'm also a futurist. I look forward to the concept of technology that we can't yet understand. I don't even know what it will look like. I just look forward to it. I look forward to when I can replace my eyeballs with screens. Positive, at least, is we exist in the same timeline as Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku! I'll give you that. You know, I will give you that. We exist in a timeline, and the timeline, with Paleo Pines. Checkmate, atheists. Nah. I love being able to just talk random stuff like this. It's great. That's what I love about doing stuff like this. It's just, it's everything and nothing, you know? Like, I can talk about Pokemon, and next minute I'm talking about, why are we parasites? That's fascinating. This does spark joy. Yeah, no, I genuinely appreciate it, and I appreciate both of you sticking out towards the end as well. Everyone else obviously has to go have dinner, walk away and stuff. You two, let's throw questions. Keep him interested. I was going to end the stream maybe just before 2 hours. We're at 2 hours 10. I was thinking at 1 hour 50, and then this conversation happened, and time went like that. So thank you. Not the ad to get... Oh... I just said a very lovely speech about thank you both for sticking around, and you got ads, and I hadn't realised. Why does ads come on every time you're in the middle of a sentence? Because it happens every hour, basically. You have to set a certain amount just to get visibility. They recommend 3 minutes. I put 1 minute. They recommend 3 to 9 minutes. Imagine having 9-minute ads per hour. How very American. No, thank you. Oh, I heard what you said, don't worry. I'm back. But I will go through that with Harumi. I was saying, like, I was going to end the stream at like 1 hour 50. We're at 2 hours 10, which is an extra 20 minutes because you created a fascinating conversation. I love conversations that engage you like that. It's just great. It's great. It's fun. It's entertaining. Like, I love the fact that I can just chat Pokemon, get a few people to talk, and then we can just randomly end up on symbiosis, parasite, apex, humanity. It's just wild. I love it. You're welcome. It's just a fun conversation. Everything like that is just fun, right? I'm never going to get passionate where I'll say your opinion's wrong, because we're not talking about stuff I will say that with, which is other people's rights. Big lefty, in case that's not apparent. Or freedom of speech. That's not really a thing in the UK, freedom of expression, but you get the point. Like, I'll get passionate about that and start to get a bit personal. But stuff like where we're talking like scientific concepts, talking about stuff like that, I'll absolutely give your opinion time of day, and I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, oh, I get to learn about why people think this, and I get to learn that. Stuff like other stuff, you'll see me not entertain that fact. We also don't host that on Twitch because I do not want to breed a situation where I have people insulting other people. No, thank you. I'll keep it till next time. Oh, yes. Evolution is a fun topic. It is. It's such a great topic. I love it. Yeah. Anyway, I think this is a great place to start wrapping up the stream. I'm going to have dinner because my stomach hasn't stopped singing to me for the last hour and a half. And then I'm going to... I have my sticky notes of things I have to do. Being a dyspraxic with a other types of neurospice where I can't keep a train of thought for too long. Wake, I have done that. Sort video, I have done that. Drink Monster, I have done that. Stream. Okay, maybe Cool Family, see how they're doing. Okay, cool. Get more Monster from shop, because I have ran out and this is my last one, and I need one more for tonight. Recycling out. I need to put some recycling out. What else have I got to do? Laundry, yeah, the standard. Paint, but that's not until after I've built my new cabinet thing, which is going to take me forever. Basically, I'm staying up until about 8 a.m. ish because I got nights tomorrow. I wish I got that from Effect from Monster. It's just a nice tasting drink for me. Same. My crippling addiction to caffeine is I can drink 2 of these back to back. I don't. I space them out. I can drink 2 of these back to back as a freaking nightcap. The easiest way, Harumi, it's just a nice tasting drink, exactly. I can't find a drink that tastes as sweet. Even the sugar-free ones taste sweet. I can't find any drink that tastes sweet. Never have. Don't drink coffee. So that may be something down to ADHD or the way that your body processes caffeine. However, if you want to actually feel an effect for caffeine, including Monster, Red Bull, etc., take 3 weeks away from any form of caffeine, and you'll be surprised how much caffeine is in quite a few things. Your body will reset your tolerance. That's all it takes, 3 weeks. That's crazy. It's not like things like we were withdrawing from nicotine or other addictive substances. Caffeine, 3 weeks. Your body resets tolerance. It's great. I used to do, because I used to do sports and fitness, gym instructing, etc. I know all that. You had to learn all that science, but it was so fun. It was like, yeah, do that. It takes longer to come off of creatine and lose the side effects than it does caffeine. And creatine's in a lot as well. Oh, I better drink Monster anyways. It's too bad. Like, I haven't drank it for a year. Tried the new Lando Norris one, still no effect. Yeah, to be fair, like, I take a break, and it doesn't, like, make me jittery. It just gives me a slight buzz and stops after a few minutes, like, even when I reset. And I haven't done a reset for a while, but I might need to, because I'm going back out of the polyphasic build-out. Never have. Never, probably never will. Probably. Unfortunately, some people's whether they tolerate caffeine. Caffeine? That's a name. Caffeine is different. Anyway, I was editing the stream, and we got to another conversation. Right. May you all have a great week. I don't know when I'll be live next. It depends on my days off. I think it'll be within 7 days. I'm not too sure when. Tuesday, Wednesday working. Thursday off, but can't stream. Friday, Saturday, Sunday working. Monday? I think it's next Monday. Of which I've got a phone call to make to someone for a potential collab in the future, and then I've got a hair appointment. No, hair appointment's not next Monday, it's the following Monday. Yeah, I'll be fine. Right, I've got work at 12. See you later. And V-Dog is a new one. See you both later. Have a great week. Thank you for joining me. Ta-ta. Now, how do I end the stream today? I know. I'll neck my monster. Phrase.